Again, because, yes, I did date Pete's sister. Think about that one. Going back in the day, it really, really is. Of course, Dave Dobbin, Peter Ehrlich, and together, the dudes. It is 29 away from 11 a.m. New Zealand Standard Time and 35 degrees. I win. I just dropped down again. But I said 35 degrees this morning. It's going to get hot, and it is. Add another 15 degrees inside here, and you can understand right now it's melty. Very, very melty. It's Friday too, by the way. Last day of the month. That went quick. 25 celebration one day, saying goodbye to the first month the next. Wow, that was quick. It really, really was. So I tell you what, coming up, whole new month. Yeah, really is. And next week, a funky one as well, because we do have Waitangi weekend. Waitangi Day is coming up on Thursday, which is, if you want me to translate it into English, New Zealand Day. There you go. In the meantime, I think we better do this. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today, believe me, absolutely elated, because I got a couple of my favourite people turning up. Yes, one coming out of Nashville, one coming out of the greatest of Britain, the UK, absolutely. I think you know who I'm talking about. Yes, we're talking about RidgeBanks and Nick Plews. Believe me, this is RidgeBanks and the Wall of Sound all over the UK. We're going to talk about that, but let's start it off. Here's RidgeBanks with A Hero's Tale on Galaxy. Oh dear. So how are we feeling, guys? We good? Sorry?
Awesome. What's that?
I didn't hear you.
I didn't either. I didn't hear what you said. I think you cut out on me for a minute.
Okay, all right. Okay. So we're here not talking to each other.
I know.
Because nobody's listening. Yeah, I'll have an ice cream.
Yeah, but you're slightly intermittent to me, Grant. You're breaking up ever so slightly every other sentence. Hopefully the signal will pick up a bit.
Yeah,
I know that.
That's what you get. That's what you get when you only put half the price in the box, bro.
No, I'm sorry. I'll put some coins in the meter when we're finished, okay?
Yeah. Yep. Do it once we're finished. Dear, oh dear. Oh, Tanner Witt is joining us. Also, Raymond Tennant is joining us. That mysterious Six Others is back. Hello, Six Others. Nice to have you with us. Michael Spraga. Yes, check that out. We have royalty in the house. Of course, Michael is the Galaxy Artist of the Year, Male Artist of the Year here at Galaxy. Of course, 24, 25. It actually feels comfortable saying it now. The Apostle's back. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Glenda Phillips. Nice to have you back, sweetheart. Happy New Year to you as well. And very, very cool interview today, because we're in two different parts of the world all at the same time. We're being copacetic here, really are. We're talking to RidgeBanks, big fan of Ridge, and of course our foreign correspondent and bass player for the Wall of Sound. Of course, we're talking to Nick Plews, and believe me, both of these guys, it is good to have them on board. Sonny Morgan's with us as well. Nice to have Sonny. And Sue Baker's there as well. Nice to have you on board, Sue. Nice to have you back.
Blues Club.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Sammy Sorabia.
Hi,
Sammy,
darling.
Congratulations for making it into the Lazy Indie magazine this month. It's an absolute pleasure to have a good read about you, believe me. And you're in good company too, Sammy. You really are. Goodness, it is hot in here. It's about 73.
It's cold over here, brother.
It's about 72 to 73 degrees outside. So add another 15 degrees in here, and it's like
hot, dreary and raining here.
oh well, you can have that. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
If it helps, gentlemen, I've just prior to the interview, I've just taken the lovely Pippa, dog, out for a walk, and I followed a gritting lorry down to
Oh, good.
there. So we've got ice tonight.
Oh, good. Yay. It's just what you need. Really is. Michael's
No, it's not.
yeah, exactly. I was being sarcastic. I was. Michael's in Danowitz as well.
I know.
Nice to have you with us, Michael. It really is.
Yeah, he met these two guys at Christmas.
He met these two guys at Christmas. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He was part of the Christmas show.
Yeah.
Michael was.
That's right.
He's tuned in watching you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Behave yourself, you two. No brown eyes.
Yeah. Let's keep it as much fun as you can have with your pants on, Nick.
That's a good one. Yeah, you cracked me up, Grant. Yeah. The signal's a little bit poor at the moment for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've frozen on me, Grant. I don't know if you can hear me, brother, but Ridge is.
That's right. You're right here at
about.
galaxy107fm, FM, and now apparently I've frozen as far as Nick Blues is going, so maybe he can't see this. You know, you never know. But on the other hand, you never know. He may be able to catch up with it as well. So I better behave myself. Today we're talking to very, very famous artists at Galaxy here. Of course, we're talking about RidgeBanks coming out of Nashville, Music City. And we're also talking to Nick Blues, the bass player for the Wall of Sound, which of course is connected to RidgeBanks. And we kick the show off, of course, with A Hero's Tale. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. Good morning, Grant Barbara, and the noise and everybody worldwide. Hello.
Yeah, you know, it's always a pleasure to catch up with you guys. It really, really is. And you never fail, Ridge, to absolutely amaze me. You've got some absolutely fantastic news coming up, and we're talking about a UK tour, including our very, very good friend up there, Nick Blues. Now, I think maybe, just maybe, Rich, you better put us in the picture.
Oh yeah, it's going to be an adventure, all right. We're going to be out in the UK August of this year. We've got all kinds of stuff planned, mostly in the Leicester area of the UK. But man, we're so excited because it's going to be the first time RidgeBanks and the Wall of Sound from the UK have been together. So Nick and I have met personally, but everyone else that's been part of this project, we've been doing from across the pond. So it's going to be it's so exciting. This is what it's all for, is this whole tour we're doing.
Can you just...
We call it the Boxes and Cowboys Tour, right?
Boxers and Cowboys? That's a good name. But, you know, who would have thunk that people could actually do this across the pond? I mean, I would never have thought of that, really.
Not all talking like this, but we're making music the same way, you know. It's both at Deadline Studio and Hidden Creek here. Those guys are amazing too, man. A big shout out, because it's like we're in the same room. You know, they use the same software in the studio, and it's so seamless. It's so I don't know. It seems to be what we're supposed to be doing for sure.
You know, it's fated. It really, really is. And of course, there's a little connection between Galaxy here and both of you gentlemen as well, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Tell me about A Hero's Tale, Reg.
Oh, well, A Hero's Tale is really one of my motto songs. You know, I felt like I should be on stage since I was a little kid, and life happens on the way. It doesn't always happen that way, but I couldn't resist the calling anymore. And that's really what Hero's Tale is about. It's about finding what God meant for you to do. And I feel that's what a hero is really doing what God meant him to do. So this song, I co-wrote it with my buddy Tom Stanton out in D.C., and man, we got the whole crew on this song too. It's everybody from the UK and the Nashville Wall of Sound. We put everything into this one, and I don't know. I think it's very unique and cool, and one of my favorite recordings that we've done.
Well, you know something, Rich. I got to be honest with you. I absolutely love it myself. I really, really do. Having said that, though, it is inevitable. You see, I'm a big fan of the RidgeBanks and the RidgeBanks movement, including Nick Blues and everything like that with the Wall of Sound, that every time a new RidgeBanks song comes on, it gets automatically added to my playlist in my car, which, you know, I'm listening to you all the time, Rich. I really, really am. And yes, absolutely loving that. I really, really am. Got to say hi to a few people. I see Jimmy Piano is joining us. Nice to have you on board, Jimmy. Tom Cox also joining us. Tia Timmins. Hello, Tia. Nice to have you on board. Of course, wife to Male Artist of the Year here at Galaxy. We're talking about Michael Sprague. Got to give love also to Dad and to Owen. And Owen, don't let Mum or Dad cut your hair. Okay? Don't do it. Believe me. Say that Uncle Grant told you no. Literally. Got to get down here, right? Anyway, while we're talking about little bits of things off the cuff, I want to say thank you to Nick Blues because yesterday he hosted a couple of artists of ours here, Galaxy artists, that were the ambassadors for us in India, now in the greatest of Britain. Yes, they're in the UK, and I'm talking about the band Lazy 50. Of course, Nick took care of them yesterday. He gave them a feed, took them down the pub, showed them around. Nick, thank you so much for that.
Thank you for everything that you've done. First and foremost, for what you do for the indie music scene and music in general, for introducing Ridge and I, hooking us up with other people around the world, and a massive respect to Kerry and Adrian for coming over, representing you and your town and New Zealand. And we had a bit of a nobble and a bit of a laugh. So if you tuned in, Kerry and Adrian, thank you for last night. I appreciated it.
You know, not only talented people, but they're very likeable as well. They really, really are. So I think there's great things coming there. Little Birdie tells me something though, Nick. I think somewhere down the track, somebody told me that maybe, just maybe, you might be interacting a little bit more by, well, you might play the bass for them every now and again.
Well, my ethos has always been to play with different musicians, and that my heart and focus is with RidgeBanks and the Wall of Sound first and foremost.
Yes, of course.
Always will be. That's my main focus. But having spoken to Kerry and Adrian, it'd be something that I'd be interested in getting involved with a drummer that we know, because they need to put a band together in the UK to play some dates in here that won't have any impact on RidgeBanks and the Wall of Sound. As I said, that's my focus. But if they need some help, I'll be more than willing to do that. So again, thank you for a positive introduction musically.
Well, you know, the thing is, Nick, believe me, I understand it wholeheartedly, I really do, and I know that you're solidly a Wall of Sound bass player, and that's not ever going to change. It's written in stone these days. But young Adrian is a very, very talented
Can't get out of
artist.
the wall, but you're in it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're there for life. You're a lifetime member.
Only the straight jacket.
Yeah.
Well, believe me, I'm still paying penance for being a Friends of the Ends. Do you remember the band Split Ends here in New Zealand, right? Well, I used to be one of their engineers back in the day, and I'm still a member of the Friends of the Ends. So, you know, you want to talk about straitjackets. Hello, I should be right there with that. So, I'm fully committed to being, you know, a big fan of the Wall of Sound as well. I got to be honest with you.
Thank you.
But, Nick, I got to be honest with you, Adrian is a very talented young man. He really, really is, and I think you're going to absolutely love working with Lazy 50 over there. Believe me, I really, really do.
If I may also just give a little bit of a shout out to Sean, our harmonica player. During our excursions and travels last night, we ended up round at Sean's house, who was very hospitable to us. Some music was played, harmonica played, and some guitars were played around his house over a nice glass of bourbon. So thanks to Sean as well.
You know, things like that just happen, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's off the cuff and very welcomed. But and it'll be the same for Ridge. We've got a whole month together to properly get to know each other. I'm sure we will over a glass of beer.
Yeah, the thing is, when you get musicians in a room together and you throw in a few toys, before you know it, you're making music. It's natural, it really is. Got to say hi to Ricky Davis as well as Jola Riccione. Nice to meet you, and I'm looking forward to meeting you in the very, very near future. Believe me, I'm loving your work, I really am. But I think it's time, and believe me, I'm excited about this because fast becoming one of my faves is Blues Catcher. Rich, you better tell me about Blues Catcher, please.
Oh man, Blues Catcher is probably the funnest, or the most fun we have on stage is the band as well. It's a great way to introduce everybody, and everyone's got their parts and their lead. It's really made for the wall of sound, and I even like to have some kind of message in there. You know, even though it's a blues song, I always say my blues songs aren't that sad. So just like the refrain at the end, you can have the blues, doesn't mean you have to cry. Right? So anyway, this was just massive, and I got to thank my guitar player, David Young out here. He played the bass and the guitar unbelievably. He does that without a pick as well. And Nick really produced this too. He's like, we really got to have like a piano player in here, and so we got a local guy here named Taylor Took, who's another buddy of mine who's played with me. And all these guys have their own bands here in Nashville too. But man, I feel like musically, this is probably the greatest mix and coolest song that I've come out with. Maybe I'll say that with every song that comes out. I hope so.
Hopefully.
But man, I mean it. This one really gets me going even when I listen to it, and it's really fun to do live too. And we're going to even do like dueling harmonicas, because I play the harmonica in this, and Sean does too. And they were both so different, I kept them both in there. I thought and so we thought about a live version of this and going back and forth and doing some cool things dynamically with it too.
You know something? That's a fantastic idea. It really, really is. At the moment, currently sitting on 1,926 requests and climbing, so that's pretty awesome right away. It really, really is. So, joining us live, of course, is RidgeBanks, the man himself, with Nick Plews coming out of the UK. Ridge is in Nashville. Here it is, Blues Catcher on Galaxy.
Thank you, Grant. Thank you for the kind words. We appreciate that.
Absolutely, dude.
All the truth, my bro. I don't lie. I might
I'm fed up of saying it, and I'll never get fed up of saying it, but I'm fed up of saying it to you. We wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for galaxy107fm, you and Barbara. So here we are.
Nick. You know what it is? It's music. It's all about the music, And music.
It's brought us all together.
Yeah, it does. That's exactly it. It doesn't matter where in the world you are. Look what music does.
It's true.
Yeah, well, with you extending your network with GLI, both of you, and a well-deserved move forward. We wish you every success, and we'll be able to hook up at some point over in India, I'm sure, with you. Whether we're playing or not playing, or we're just having a jolly and a social, we'll come over and support you, and we'll give it support. You know that.
Believe me, there are things in the fires, and there really are. And we've got a lot of things that we want to be able to include you guys with, literally. And we're not just finishing with the radio stations in India, we're also building on other things, literally. And those other things are huge. They really are.
Well, I'm sure that we'll find out about those, as will all your other listeners around the world, in due time, when you've done the deal and it's all signed and sealed. So good luck to you.
The thing about putting the radio stations together is, well, you kind of need at least once a year a red carpet event, right? So we went to the best in the world. We didn't go to small ones that promote country music and or this and or that. Yeah. We even skipped past the Josies. We went up a lot higher. What are you doing?
Your foot.
Stop that.
She's biting her
Oh,
foot.
okay. She got her claw stuck in the carpet. But yeah, we went to the Grammys.
Well, fantastic. You know, there's I'm sure you probably know some voting members on there and things, but to promote anybody, and if you can get one or two of your artists up there and supported that way, fantastic too. You know, power.
Let me put it this way. We know the governor of the Grammys personally, and he suggested we do something in India. You know what I mean?
Well,
So, okay, that's what is in the plan once we get these radio stations and, of course, the concerts and everything up and running. But then it would be remiss of us if we didn't put together a Hall of Fame, don't you think?
yeah.
So
Well, you could have your own Wall of Fame in both the Bay of Plenty and over in India, couldn't you?
Yeah, well, the thing is, to be honest, I don't want to be in the Hall of Fame or any of the others. I just want to be a DJ. Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm a bass player.
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Rich is
but
a singer.
weird enough, all of this in this three-stage plan is actually coming together. It's just like, you know, one step after the and everybody's going, yeah, let's do this, and it's actually doing it. Yeah. Me, if I ever have a bright idea, what a joke. But, you know, I suggested to my friend, who is the governor of the Grammys, well, maybe we should do this. And he said, yes, let's do it. Oh, my God.
Best of luck to you all.
Don't cry, don't cry. Please don't.
Sean's watching.
Blues catcher.
Yeah.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today we're talking not only to RidgeBanks, the man himself, but also to our foreign correspondent and bass player for the Wall of Sound connected to RidgeBanks, Nick Plews, coming out of the UK. Of course, Ridge is in Nashville in Music City, and isn't it fantastic what, you know, technology can do these days and brings people together. Much like music brings people together, I feel. It really is true. Marjay Zant is joining us. Nice to have you on board. And David Krantz is joining us as well. Nice to have you back, sir. Sean Clutterman is joining us.
Sean, yeah.
Sean, yeah, okay. Sean's in there. Of course, you spent last night with Sean, didn't you, Nick?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
We had a productive evening.
yeah, and he's the reason we couldn't get together the last time, isn't he? Go on, let's blame Sean.
Sure.
Sorry, Sean, I'm throwing you under a bus now. Really, don't mean to.
Well,
The boss is watching as well, not enough, so I better be a good boy from now on. But having said that, we were discussing about UK tours happening in August. Do we have any venues that people could actually pre-book anything in at the moment?
If I could, can I help you with that one, Rich? Is that okay?
Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. What I've tried to, I'll make it brief, Grant. What I've tried to do, because of the logistics of the UK-US thing, I wanted to get the dates secured nice and early. So predominantly we're playing in not big venues, smaller venues, but they're accessible to everybody, and there's no fee. For I think there's only one of the venues, the Lead Mill in Sheffield, that is ticketed, because that's their policy, and quite rightly so for them, and a great venue that it is. But the rest of the venues in Leicester and around, and in Sheffield, the White Lion pub, for instance, a great pub in Sheffield, and Baton Rouge in Leicester, two of those we're playing at. The Real Ale Classroom, we're doing I hope Ridge doesn't mind me saying this, but Ridge and Sherry and maybe one or two of us, they're doing a free concert at the Leicester General Hospital one afternoon, and it's at the Serious Brain Injury Unit for the nurses and the staff there, and in particular the patients, which hopefully will help them along their long road to recovery. So it's little things like that, the unsung things that I think would ought to be mentioned and commended to Ridge for doing that. And then we're finishing the tour down in on a boat. I'll call it a boat. It's a bit more than a boat. down in Bristol Harbour. From a friend of mine who I met through various other musos. Thomas Flight is his name, and he's a great benefactor and a great supporter of people and music. And he's kindly invited us down. We're having a couple of days on his boat, being looked after by him, and we're so grateful. What a fitting and nice end to the tour. So yeah, all the venues are free apart from the Lead Mill. They will be posted. They've all been put into a chronological order. I'm sure Ridge and I'll add the bits and bobs to what we need to do, and we'll get the dates out there for everybody who's interested.
And most of the dates are on RidgeBanks.com too. Okay. I've got all those posted and on bands in town and stuff too. So we also have some opening acts. We're going to be playing like mostly original music, almost all original music, and we've got. Tell me what we got. Wild Daisy or Wild
Daisy and the Blackhearts.
Wild Daisy and the Blackhearts, and Julian Jones as well.
Julian Jones.
Yeah. Yes. So they'll be opening for some of these clubs too. Greystones as well.
That's fantastic. Just do me a favour. Pass the posters on to Barbara when you get the posters up and running, so that we can get those up on our medias as well. We want to be able to try and promote this as much as possible. Posters, whatever we can get.
Thank you.
Please let us know, because we really do want to do that. And of course, I'll make special notes of where you are, when you are, and give out a shout out to both of you when we get closer to that time, if you know what I mean. So I'd be very, very honoured to be able to be a part of maybe some small part of the media process. I'm loving Pippa, my friend. She's looking very, very serious at you. Do you owe her a bone or something?
Yeah, I think he probably wants a bit of a slack. Grant, may I also take this opportunity just very briefly to give an extremely honourable mention to the guitarist we've recruited to the band, Harris Nixon, who doesn't really appear on any of the recordings as yet, but he will do prior to the tour. A very established, accomplished guitarist and a lovely, lovely guy, which is why he's with the wall of sound there. It's just nice people doing nice things. So big up to Harris Nixon as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Got to say hi to Sean Simpson. Nice to have you back, sweetheart. It really, really is, and thank you for joining us. But we are going to have to wrap this up right now, unfortunately, guys. Just one more question. When's my next instalment of Something Yummy coming out of your studios?
Well, probably within a month. We've got something that's really, really rock and roll too. It's called Doors. I think is going to be our next release, and man, it's going to knock your socks off. It's hard. It's pretty sweet. I like this song a lot, and it's a really personal.
Hold on, I had to check I was wearing socks today. Well, sometimes I don't. You know what I mean? Not good in jandals or flip flops.
Oh yeah. You guys are. It's always funny all the expressions that we use over here and the expressions you guys use over there. I've been trying to watch shows in the UK so I can understand you better.
Don't do that, because every shire or every little village or whatever that has a different accent. It really does, Starts off in London with a bit of English and then ends up on the other side going something completely different. It really is. Believe me, I've spent a bit of time in Britain, and it's a learning experience when it comes to trying to decipher. Especially, I got to be honest, the hardest ones I tried to figure out, well, who the heck knows how to speak Gaelic? I know how to cook garlic, I do, but I don't speak it. I mean, seriously, that one had me, it really did. So
there's a lot of different languages spoken around here, Grant.
yeah, believe me. But having said that, in India, there's about 3 or 4 million different versions of their Hindi language. Oh, gosh. And I've got to try and learn as much as possible so I can get places, street names, yada, 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 grammatically correct, you know what I mean? Or, you know, so that's going to be a challenge in its own right. It really is. It's learn as you go. Wish me luck with that. Elvis Carton is joining us. Nice to have Elvis on board. Please excuse me.
Bless you, sir.
Yeah.
Have a sip of water, brother.
Well, coffee does wonders. It really does. It's a third food group over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm on the unalcoholic holy water, so.
Oh, well, on you. Absolutely. It's after 5 somewhere around the world, so enjoy that. But unfortunately, we are going to have to wrap this up right now. Barbara's got to get on a plane, head all the way up to the Big Smoke in Auckland. I wish her a wonderful weekend. She's, of course, doing the party thing, but she's also doing a bit of work for us as well. So she's representing the company.
Safe travels, Barbara.
You said
Yeah, absolutely. Don't go anywhere, guys, because we're still going to do the picky thing, and you know what we do after this. So for everybody else, have a very happy and successful weekend, and I'll be back between 5:30 and 10 o'clock Monday morning. Please join me then. Don't forget, New Zealand Day, Waitangi Day. Next week we've got a day off on Thursday. Looking forward to it. In the meantime, have a great weekend. See you on Monday.
Thank you for your time.